We've all been hearing it, learn a skill, learn a skill, learn a high income skill and get paid in dollars, so and so. It's basically public knowledge at this point. I personally have no issue if you want to learn a skill or if you have already learned a skill. Any knowledge you've learned is not wasted. But we know that if you want to make money, money does not reside in things that are already public knowledge. You've been hearing learn a skill and get clients online. We've been hearing this for years. You understand? And by the time you learn that skill and go online and try to find the clients you're looking for, you're competing with tens and thousands of people, if not millions of people, that have already learned that skill and are even better than you. There is no money in things that people already know about or is already like widespread. Money does not stay in updates that I've casted. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Money does not reside in updates that I've casted. We've been hearing that old script. It was like before they were telling us, go to school, get a job. Anybody that has sense, anybody that is wise, knows that that's a stupid way to make money now or get rich. You might be comfortable, but you won't get rich like that. So, if you want to make money, you should forget things that are public knowledge. All these big influencers will tell you, go and learn a skill, go and learn a skill, go and learn that skill and come and work for me. Go and learn that skill and work for somebody else's business. What about your own business? Let's just be real for a second here. In this channel, we keep it real. Let me ask you a question. Do you want to be wealthy or do you want to be comfortable? And the absolute truth is that you cannot be wealthy, you cannot be rich without building a successful business. If you answer that question and said that you just want to be comfortable, you should probably leave this channel because I don't make content for people like you, weak-minded people like you. Content like this is not for you, so you should just leave. You cannot become rich, you cannot become wealthy without making a successful business. So, what is even a business? What is a business? Put simply, business is just the practice of producing, buying, and selling products for a profit. The key word in this definition, the key word you have to look out for in this definition is selling. You cannot have a business if you don't sell anything. Any company, organization, people, or a single person that sells you something in exchange for money or other sorts of value, that is a business. Do you understand? Anybody that sells you anything is a business. And for you to be a business, you have to have something to sell. Like me, I am a business. This YouTube channel is a business. Why? Because I sell a product. I have a product in the link in the description that teaches people how to grow their YouTube channel. That is a product. I sell it. This is a business. That woman you buy akara from in that junction every morning, that is a business. Many people say, how do I start a business? How do I begin to, how do I start? Because starting a business is something that's so vague. But let me just tell you something. If you want to start a business, you first have to sell something. You have to have something to sell at least. Have a product for sale. That is how you become a business. Okay, let me clear something up. When I said that lady you buy akara from every morning in your junction is a business, some of you became apprehensive. I'll be like, I don't want to sell akara. Well, there's a difference between a business and a good business. There are good businesses, there are bad businesses. Okay, let me use this saying to get my points across. If you want to start a business, sell something, sell anything. If you want to start a good business, sell something valuable. If you want to start the best business, sell something valuable that costs you nothing. Okay, let me explain what I said. As I said, the lady that sells akara in that junction, she has a business, yes. She's selling akara. But that business is a bad business. Let me tell you why. The two ways customers view value is, how can this product solve my problem? How accessible is it? How rare is it? You understand? Those are the two ways customers perceive value. So the exact reason why that akara woman's business is a bad business is because, number one, akara is not that valuable. Do you know why it's not that valuable? Because, number one, according to what we've defined before, it is very accessible. People even make akara at home nowadays. And number two, there are many other places that sell akara. If you don't want to buy akara from that lady in that junction, go to the next junction, there's somebody buying akara there. Go somewhere else, there's somebody selling akara there. I mean, there's plenty of people selling akara everywhere. You see how that's decreased the value of the akara. And another thing is that, when you buy akara to kind of placate your hunger or something, you don't have to buy akara. You can buy other things, you understand? So when you put all these things into account, that's akara, that lady that sells the akara, that business is not a very good business model, and you can't make any much money from that. The reason why water is so cheap is that water is everywhere. Water is everywhere. The day water becomes scarce, the day water becomes scarce on planet Earth, it's going to be the most expensive thing in the world, because you literally, as I said, you literally cannot live without water. You understand? So that value, my life, like, you cannot live without water. So therefore, water equals life. And if you cannot live without water, and water is so scarce, therefore the price of water will be astronomical. You understand? So that's the point I'm trying to put across here. Yes, the lady selling akara, that's a business, but it's not a good business. A good business sells something valuable. An example of a good business are all these car vendors. Let's use an example for someone who sells cars. A car is very valuable. It saves your time. It takes you from one place to another place where you need to be, instead of enduring the stress of public transport. But the thing about that business is that vendor, that to procure that car, to get that car to buy, it cost him something. He had an initial capital. He made an investment to buy that car. As he bought that car, he's selling that car to you, to me, to anybody that is buying, for a profit. That's a good business, but that's not the best business. Now let's talk about the best businesses. The best businesses out there, they sell valuable things, and those valuable things they sell cost them nothing. Let's use MTN for an example. Let's say you buy data from MTN. Have you sat down and thought about what data is? Do you know what data is? Data is basically time. You say, okay, MTN, Glo, Airtel, whatever, give me access to the internet for so and so time in exchange for so and so money. That's what you are doing whenever you buy data from MTN, Glo, whatever. But something you have to understand, it doesn't cost MTN, Glo, Airtel anything to give you internet connection. It doesn't cost them anything. They don't spend a dime. You understand? They just give you access to the internet, and like, it's no cost to them. Any money you give them, the price of whatever data plan you're buying is pure profits on their side. And that's the best type of business, offering value and also making sure that valuable thing they offer is easy to offer, it's easy to give. So let's bring this whole video back home to you. We're talking about you now. How do you, a beginner, let's say you're a young person, a beginner, you want to make money online, you want to make money, you want to become rich on the internet, where do you start from? I've already told you to do a business, to create a business, to start a business. So how do you start a business? By selling something. How do you sell something? You need to have something to sell. You need to create a product. And some of you are thinking that you have to go and like buy a product, you understand, find something to sell. It might have been like that in the olden days. In the olden days, you needed to have something physical to sell to somebody in exchange for something, or at least have a service to render to somebody, a physical service to render somebody in exchange for money. But nowadays, it's not so. With the advent of the internet, you can have digital products, things that are just online, where that's, millions and millions and even billions of people can have access to them. It's not just physically that you have to be one-on-one, give a service one-on-one, give a product one-on-one, you understand? You have the platform, you have the potential for your services, for your products, your online products, to reach millions and millions of people. That's the gift the internet has given you. So how does a beginner like yourself start to earn money online, start to make money, through a business? When you have zero capital, I'm going to assume you have zero capital. How do you do it? So what you do is sell digital products, digital information products. So what are information products? Information products are basically information that comes from your mind, from your past experiences, from your acquired knowledge. You know, the knowledge, information that comes from your mind, from your brain, from past experiences or acquired knowledge that you can use to solve somebody else's problems. You have gone through some things, you have acquired some knowledge that somebody somewhere in the world, somewhere in Nigeria, can use to solve his problem. And the thing is that that information is readily accessible to you for free. Basically, you don't pay for the information you already have, right? You have that information. You're just selling that information for money, basically. They're just going to package it in a way that is appealing and, convenient for people who are suffering or going through that particular pain point that you have overcome. So as you can see, the thing is that everything is clear now. The best business is selling things that are valuable and also cost you nothing. Information that is valuable to somebody going through a particular problem is valuable to him. And you giving out that information to him costs you nothing. So why won't you jump on this business? But making a product is not enough. You also need to market that product. And the best way to market your product is on social media. I'll keep on saying this thing. And making content on social media is for free. It's for free. If you if you know how to navigate all the social media platforms and like get a following and get like people to buy your product, to click on your link in your videos and buy your product, bro, your life is set. You understand? And I made a video course on how to do that, how to build a channel, how to build a following on YouTube. Check that out if you want to learn how to, grow on YouTube. I basically hold your hand, tell you what to do, what not to do, what pitfalls to avoid in order to grow on YouTube. That's basically all I had to say today. Like the video, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.